Thank you very much.
It's Kaufman is Alive. I look at comic books new and old. Today I'm looking at a new comic book, Spawn number 360 by Image Comics. Yeah, Spawn is still going strong. Got Todd McFarlane writing. He's not on the artwork anymore. Hasn't been for about 30 years. But got Brett Booth doing the interiors here. I believe this cover is by Marco Failla. Kind of a cool cover. Nice depiction of Spawn here. Kind of a static cover, though. Doesn't really show us anything that's happening in the book. Just a cool picture of Spawn. It says Hell on Earth is coming, which is apparently the next big storyline arc that's hitting all the Spawn comics. They all have this kind of title logo at the top the past month or so. I've been reading Spawn and Scorched, Gunslinger, King Spawn. Recently, though, I've decided to drop off King Spawn and Gunslinger and just keep it down to Spawn and the Scorched. There are a whole bunch of other Spawn books that have been coming out recently, too. Kind of this extended Spawn universe. Sam and Twitch, Knights vs. Samurai. There's more. I'm not even remembering all of them right now, but they're all $2.99 comic books, so the Spawn universe is affordable. I feel like more than DC or Marvel at this point. We got Brett Booth, though, like I said, doing the interiors here. I'm definitely going to be focusing kind of heavy on his artwork here in this review. I love this first page. Got these guys digging this giant hole here, these demons that are working for Hell. I like how we're in the hole here and it kind of pans out with each panel here till we see the big giant hole. He says that's deep enough. They won't know we were here. And then we see them fill the giant hole with all these bodies. And they've got this giant dragon in here. Brett Booth loves drawing dinosaurs and dragons. He did it a whole bunch during the Gunslinger series that when he was doing the artwork on that. And I follow him on Twitter too, when he was on Twitter. I don't even know if he still is anymore. I think he might have gone over to Blue Sky, but he always would post pictures of dinosaurs and other artists, their depictions of dinosaurs. So I know he really loves drawing this, but just a really incredible looking splash page here with all these dead bodies here being filled into this hole. We learn that these demons are trying to cover up basically the battle that took place between heaven and hell for about the past 10 issues. They're trying to cover up all of the losses that heaven has received so that basically God does not realize how weak he is at this point. So then we're catching up with Spawn here, our main character. He's had this sidekick named Lyra who's been helping him for the past 10 issues since Brett Booth's picked up on artwork. And finally, they decide to part ways here on this page. Spawn's been given he's been asked by this villain Curse here to join up with Spawn. And Spawn's basically accepted his offer here. And he's basically trying to kill this guy right down here named Blood, who's the king of the vampires. So Lyra, she's decided that Spawn's making the wrong choices here, so she's going to split. And then Spawn goes and finds She-Spawn and is explaining to her what he's going to do. And she's not very happy about that, obviously. I really like seeing Brett Booth drawing She-Spawn here. We do get kind of some interesting developments as Spawn kisses She-Spawn here, and he's like, sorry, I didn't mean to. But she doesn't look too upset about it, honestly. But she's saying that emotions right now, emotions are high right now, but not this, Al. They'll never be in us. But I believe in you. Let me come with you. And he says, you can't, if I don't come back, you need to mobilize the others. And here's a list. I need you to protect the names on it. So we got Spawn here. He's got his giant gun. He's all mexed up here. He's ready to battle Blood. we get these two little panels here that just explain to us that a member of Blood's army, a traitor, gives Spawn the whereabouts of where Blood is. And then we go to the throne of hell, and we see Nyx being confronted by the two demons that were digging the hole at the beginning of the comic book here. And she explains that they need Al Simmons. He's going to trigger the executioner. So she needs him alive, basically. So we just learn that she's got some plans for Simmons here. So we got Spawn again. He's staking out Blood. But we learn that he shouldn't have trusted the traitor because Blood gets the jump on him pretty easily. He stabs his stake right through Spawn's shoulder, which makes him an easy target for Blood here. The bullets have no effect on him at all. This kind of reminds me of like a Savage Dragon comic here, where Spawn is just getting trounced by this bad guy here, and eventually he gets this stake driven right through his heart. We get this awesome splash page here of Spawn. We get the narration here too. Got Todd McFarlane doing the narration, explaining us that Spawn, our hero, who is now human, is finally gone. And we see it's been hours since he's breathed his last breath, since his heart's been beating, and we see the avatar of Nyx, who is on the throne of hell. Here she is there. She gained the throne of hell back in issue 350. But she's got this human avatar on Earth here. She calls Spawn a fool, picks up his dead body, and then just blasts him with this necroplasm or whatever it is. I'm assuming probably bringing him back to life so that she can still use him for whatever her purposes were that we learned about earlier in this issue. So just really awesome artwork in here. I've really been reading Spawn just for the artwork, but this was a really good issue. We had a whole bunch of stuff happen here. Lots of developments, some good action. Spawn going up against the big bad villain here in this issue. So I definitely recommend this. Go check this one out if you haven't yet. Spawn issue number 360. We've got some, there's some mailbag here at the end too, which is kind of interesting. We've got some fan art. He's drawing in the style of Rob Dunas from the Spawn Kills Every Spawn miniseries, which is pretty cool. We get a sculpture of one of Brett Booth's covers of Spawn, the Powerless Spawn as they call him. And the readers are talking about how they like Spawn comics. They're still $2.99. It says the big two have lost their way with the insane pricing and poor content, but you guys deserve praise for actually caring about the customer. Thank you. And Thomas Healy, the editor-in-chief, is saying, we hope to keep most of our titles at $2.99. Helps even a small bit. We will certainly try to stay at $2.99 for as long as we can. So again, definitely recommend this. So thanks again for watching. That's all I got. I'll see you guys on the next one.